I think we ought to be a superpower in every way, not just the strongest military and the most economic influence and cultural influence, but I think we ought to be the number one nation on earth working for peace. I think we've been to war, a conflict with other countries about 30 times since the Second World War. Other countries that are almost as powerful as ours very carefully avoid war. Since 1979, China hasn't been in conflict with anybody. And I think the United States ought to be that way. That whenever somebody has a potential conflict in the country, they ought to say, why don't we go to Washington? Because the United States is for peace, always. I think we ought to be number one in human rights and number one in environmental protection. And I'd say number one in generosity to people that need help around the world. We ought to be number one in admirable things so that other people will emulate and admire the United States as a true superpower in every way and not just because we're the strongest.